Imagine I told you the internet was almost dead before it even began. This is the story of how the dot-com bubble destroyed $5 trillion, crushed thousands of startups, and unintentionally gave birth to Amazon, Google's, and everything we use today. In 1995, a terrifying sound echoed through living rooms across America. The internet was slow, painful, almost magical, and everyone agreed. This thing was going to change the world. Is the phone line broken, or is Jimmy summoning demons again? No, Mom. I'm just downloading a picture of a cat wearing sunglasses. 11 more minutes. The internet made no sense, but that didn't matter. It glowed, shimmered, buzzed, and screamed like a fax machine. Nobody really knew what it was, but everyone saw it as a sign of the future. Pioneers like AOL, Yahoo, and Netscape paved the way. The internet was compared to the Wild West, but there were few cowboys and many nerds in socks and sandals. You had to wait 5 minutes to load a picture of a dancing baby, but nobody cared. Being online made you feel like a tech genius. Even if you didn't know what JavaScript was, you thought you were writing the next industrial revolution. Then Wall Street got involved. When they heard the words online bookstore, investors went crazy. If it ended in .com, billions poured in. What the idea actually didn't matter. For example, toiletseater.com predicted when public toilets would be free using AI. Brilliant. Give them $200 million. Suddenly every startup was a ticket to financial Valhalla. A bad idea, a logo made in Microsoft Paint, and a founder who could say internet first mover advantage or disruptive were enough. Congratulations, you now had a $100 million valuation. Take Pets.com, for example, famous for its sock puppet mascot, burning $300 million in investment while selling 50-pound dog food bags at a loss. Investors? They gave even more money. eToys burned cash like a villain. Webvan built a hyper-optimized grocery delivery empire and then collapsed. But nobody cared. NASDAQ quadrupled. IPOs were like the new celebrity weddings. The media couldn't get enough. Financial talk shows sounded like tech gospel. By 1999, hype had reached final boss level. Super Bowl ads promoted companies no one had ever heard of. Some had no products. One ad simply said, "Our website launches in March. Please clap." And the crowd clapped. People weren't investing in businesses, they were investing in vibes. Stock prices soared. Everyone was rich on paper. Teenagers traded from their bedrooms all day. Ants left their crystal collections to buy tech stocks. Even your dentist was learning JavaScript, trying to get listed on NASDAQ. Between 1998 and 2000, over 12,000 new .coms were born. Offices had ping-pong tables, massage chairs, nap pods, cereal bars, and scooters. If your office looked like a playground, you were the next Microsoft. Nobody cared about profit. Revenue was a myth. Burn rate was sacred. The important thing wasn't making money. It was scaling. What you were scaling to didn't matter. And this bubble was a delusion wrapped in hope. Everyone thought the internet would change everything, but it didn't. In a garage in California, Bezos, Brin, Page, and Musk watched it all burn. The real internet hadn't arrived yet. The hype train was heading toward a cliff, but they were already laying the tracks for what came next. March 10th, 2000. NASDAQ hit an all-time high, 5,048. Champagne flowed, office chairs rolled, celebrations erupted. In a sense, a new era had begun. The internet seemed unstoppable. This wasn't a bubble. It was the future unfolding. But slowly things started to break. A few .coms missed earnings targets. Questions came back. What's your revenue? How many customers do you have? Are you profitable? Webvan had thrown billions away. Pets.com was bleeding cash. Morale dropped. Confidence turned to confusion. Confusion to doubt. NASDAQ fell 78% in 2 years, from 5,048 to 1,114. This wasn't a dip, it was a collapse. Over $1.7 trillion in market value disappeared. More than half of all .com shut down. Some were sold for scrap, some just vanished. It wasn't only companies that disappeared, it was a belief system. Amazon lost 95% of its value. Yahoo's stock plummeted. eBay survived by connecting people through Beanie Babies and leftover electronics. For a brief moment, even Neopets looked like the most stable company. The impact went beyond Wall Street. Offices emptied, stocks became worthless. Engineers packed up their desks. Foosball tables ended up in dumpsters. Former CEOs became cautionary tales, giving TED Talks titled, "How to Survive Losing Everything." The media, which had praised the .com revolution as the second coming, suddenly called it a disaster. Venture capital dried up overnight. Startups were ghosted. Boardrooms that once looked like playgrounds became quiet. The narrative flipped. The internet wasn't the new electricity. It was the new tulip mania. Anything with .com in its name became radioactive. Some companies rebranded just to survive. College students changed majors. By 2005, computer science enrollments dropped by 30%. But from the ashes, something unexpected began to emerge. A quieter, more resilient, and much more real internet. Most .coms collapsed fast, but a few didn't panic. They continued quietly, methodically. Take Amazon. In 2001, Wall Street declared it dead. Its stock fell from $17 to $6. Headlines called it Amazon.com bomb. But Bezos didn't flinch. He just delivered books, not dreams, real work. He shut down unprofitable ventures,